Apologies that this one took a bit longer than normal. The meeting was on Friday, but it's been a busy weekend. This meeting video isn't going to be as long as the others because this meeting was heavily focused on the character that's coming after Atlas. So you can probably imagine that I can't tell you a whole lot about that. I can give you some minor details, but nothing too crazy. I don't think I can tell you her name yet, but I can tell you that she is a new support. Thankfully, the gap between Furia and this support is a lot smaller than Genos and Furia. They gave us an overview of this support. We saw her model, which looked completely done. We did see her concept art back in the first meeting, and it blew us all away. Then in this meeting, we of course saw the model fully built in-game, and we were even more blown away. I promise, at first glance, most of you guys will automatically love her. There was of course her weapon too. This wasn't really done, they're still working on it quite a bit. It is a very exciting weapon though. I cannot wait until it's revealed because I know exactly what you guys are going to say about it. We didn't hear her voice though. I don't think they've had any of her lines recorded yet. Still pretty early for that. We did see her teaser campaign. You know how they like to tease characters with pieces of their card art? Well, these were still rough sketches. I cannot wait to see them when they're done because there were some really cool frames for these. Then we saw her cinematic. This was also a lot of rough sketches. There were no lines recorded for this either. We saw it with subtitles, but the lines in the subtitles weren't even final either. They also went into the dev client and let us see her kit. Really, the only thing that was pretty much done about this character was her model. Her animations and her kit are all in a pretty early stage. I really wish I could talk about the kit because it definitely looks really fun and I wish the character wasn't so far off. But Atlas of course hasn't even been released yet, so we have a bit of waiting to do. I imagine the character will be very worth the wait though. Definitely a support I see myself playing quite a bit. Oh, and I can tell you one thing about her kit, her ultimate won't be a chicken. Okay, that's an inside joke. I'll go ahead and give you some context to that. So you may know that devs often use existing assets in character prototypes. Pip's base chicken model was being used for her ultimate. It was really funny to see a chicken pop out of the character. The chicken still had its base animations too, and that made it even funnier. We did also see her talents. I think it's a really solid set. Like, I most definitely couldn't immediately say that one was better than the others. It is of course still really early, but I'm just basing it off the ideas themselves. There have been many characters in the past where you read the talents and can immediately guess how good they are. That's really all I could say about her. Again, I wish I could say more. I know you guys want to know more, but there's still a good ways from having the character in a presentable state for you guys, and no, I can't tell you the release date for her. I can tell you all about this next thing though. So remember in the last meeting video when I told you guys about things we were telling them to add to the shooting range? Well, they added the ultimate pickup from TDM in there. Since many people didn't know exiting and entering the middle square refills your ult. This pickup gives you a clear visual to work with. That was Real Blue's idea. Also up on the second floor of the area, there's this node you can stand on that activates moving targets for you guys to attack. So it's like a built-in aim trainer game. You guys may know of some aim trainers, or maybe you've seen some streamers playing them during ranked queues. You attack these targets, they explode into confetti, and the more you attack them, the harder it gets to hit them. As you kill them, they move faster and more unpredictably. So for those of you that don't have aim trainer games, you can do it inside of Paladins now. It's pretty awesome. There was also some stuff about skins. So the splash art style for the skins is changing again. It's going back to the original painted style. Here's some examples of the older painted splash arts. This is the style they're going back to, and they're going to keep this going forward. So basically, they had some trouble with outsourcing a while back, and their on-staff artists were more suited for a more comic-y style, like the stuff you see now. That's why they swapped to it. However, the player base didn't react to the new style in the way they had hoped, and they also knew they'd eventually have to go back to outsourcing in order to get all the art done. In case you don't know what outsourcing is, it's basically hiring artists outside of the company to help make the art. It helps Evil Mojo's artists deal with the workload better. Another reason they went back to the older style is because they may eventually make every piece of splash art have the same style. They have over 400 skins, and over 300 of them are in the old painted style. So it'd be easier to redo 100 pieces of art in the painted style than 300 pieces in the comic style. It's also less expensive to hire outside artists to do the painted style. You guys of course wanted this style back, so in reality this is a win for basically everyone involved. I know there are some people who really like the comic style, I'm with you. These are some of my favorites in particular, and I'll hate to see them go one day. But I do agree that we need a consistent style, and this is the easiest way to make that happen. As for actual skins, we did see Bunny Ceres. You guys know about that skin, you know that it's coming, and that's probably why I get to talk about it. I can't let you see it though, but I can tell you I saw the splash art for it. In the older painted style of course, and the skin is awesome. Especially the weapon, such a cool idea, you guys are going to love it. Now a big thing you guys ask is why do they make so many Ceres skins? Why not other characters? Well, I get to tell you why. So this is a free-to-play game, and like with all free-to-play games, the only way the game makes money is by selling skins. The higher play rate characters sell skins better. At the end of the day, it is a business, and in order to keep the game going, they need to make money. Ceres is the highest play rate character, so her skins sell very well. Now their goal is to make skins for a variety of characters, but you will of course see the more popular ones get more and more often. The reason characters like Eevee and Barrack haven't gotten any is because they aren't very popular. They told us Eevee was about the third least played character in the game, and the lowest played human character in the game. Now, like many of you know, they are making a skin for Barrack, and they recently said they are making one for Eevee as well. To give you guys skins for them, they are basically accepting a loss. Odds are these skins won't even break even, but they're still making them for you guys. Also, the reason Eevee has gone such a long time without one is of course 1, very low play rate, and 2, Eevee has several different skins to pick from already. This is why they're making a Barrack one before an Eevee one, because Barrack doesn't have several to pick from, he only has a few. Now, the argument has been brought up that skins could increase play rate for characters. I know I for one barely played Willow until Hemlock came out, then I spam played Willow. This is one of many cases for me personally. However, they tested this with the Dragon's Call event by giving Shaolin and Moji skins, 2 characters with low play rates. The skins didn't help their play rates. There was another argument where characters being nerfed pretty hard were the main reasons why they weren't played much. According to them, there was no real difference in Shaolin's play rate back when he was top tier and how he is now. That's only one example of this too. They have a lot of data that shows them how good a character is doesn't really affect play rate. Probably why you guys still see a lot of Genoses despite him not being very good right now. He's always been a popular character, people want to play him, and buffs and nerfs don't largely mess with that. Of course, this data is off the entire player base as a whole, not any specific levels. I imagine specific level data isn't really a thing that's taken into account for skins. When it comes to sales, you look at the big picture. I also want to add that we saw the concept for the character coming after this upcoming support. Now I can't give you any details on that, but I thought that some of you may want to know how far into the future we on the AoC get to see. This meeting was also on Alyssa's last day at Evil Mojo. Yes, if you didn't know, Alyssa left Evil Mojo to focus on her degree and move to Japan once that's done. It was a very hard decision for her. Poor thing tried her best not to cry when saying goodbye. You can probably imagine how hard it is to leave something that has been a massive part of your life for years. I wish her the best in the future, and she will be very, very missed. She did say she might drop by the AoC summit in the summer, and if not, then HRX later in the year. So yeah, that's everything from the meeting. Like I said, it was mainly focused on the new support. This is the first character they've started designing alongside the AoC, and they really want our input on her in order to make sure she's the best she can be for all of you. I have no doubts this support is going to be a fan favorite though, and I haven't currently thought of anything that can be done to make her better. I think the character is just that good already, but will of course give any feedback that's needed as time goes on. Again, I really wish I could tell you more. I owe you some more info in the future for sure. Anyway, that's pretty much it guys. I want to thank you all for watching, I very much appreciate it, and I'm gonna see you guys later. Bye!